They still building. Hey, it's been a while, right? I'm going to talk about a couple of things. That's it's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about a couple right now. It's like these buildings, for instance. There's so many of them. They just keep coming up. And one thing you should ask yourself is, who's paying for it? Who's buying all this stuff? I don't know. Maybe you know, but I have an idea. I think that who else can have this much money to put up all these buildings, to buy all these supplies? And you know that's very expensive too. Only thing I can think of is BlackRock. So when I think of BlackRock, or when I think of stuff like that, and if BlackRock come to mind, which is how you should think, I'm not telling you how to think, but this is how I think. Then I start looking at BlackRock. So I looked up BlackRock, and when you know, they have their own Bitcoin trust fund. That's interesting. Now I was talking about Bitcoin. So now that they got a trust fund, I had a stock in GBTC stock, and that was a trust fund, and it was the #1 trust fund. After BlackRock opened up their trust fund, people started draining their money out of GBTC. They started joining, and all the other ones that have trust fund, they started joining BlackRock. And BlackRock is catching up, as in the volume, with GBTC. I don't know what the initials are right now, but that's a ticket number on the stock. They catching up with them within 6 or 7 days. But that's not what I'm talking about. I was just talking about they getting interested in BlackRock. They're getting interested in Bitcoin. Not only that, China also putting money in BlackRock Bitcoin Trust, and a couple of other countries. People that banned Bitcoin, but they got Bitcoin Trust Fund. So that should tell you something. So with all that stuff going on, so that tells you that Bitcoin is going to be a big player in the future. So if BlackRock got their own trust fund with it, right now I'm just talking, and I wanted to talk about Biden. Now there's more and more talk that Biden's a robot, and if you look at him, he do look like a robot.
What's it called? Optimus. He's literally called it Optimus. It's incredible, isn't it? When it starts walking, tell me if you recognize that gait. Have we seen that gait somewhere before? Let's have a look at Musk's Optimus. Study that gait. Study the walk. Really having a little slink about in its kicky boots, isn't it? Down in that garage, slinking about. Look at them shoes it's got on. £20,000 on it. Get a proper pair of trainers. Sneakers. It's had a 30% walk speed boost, but how look at that? You recognise that walk, don't you? You know where you've seen that before.
Hollywood face masks, how they work, how they happen, clones, and even robots. Now, we've been developing robots since the 1960s. And you can go to YouTube and find videos on the latest robots available, we are way past those. You would not be able to tell a robot by even shaking hands with them. They are that sophisticated.
But those states.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's a robot all the time. I think it's a combination of things, because I think with cloning, I know they cloned him a couple of times, but the problem with that is he's old, and cloning, or they have a short lifespan. They're unstable, and then if you're too old, it breaks down even quicker, so that's why they can't use clone a lot on him.
Here in North Carolina and across America, who are working hard to find a secure place in the middle class. The moms who worry that their daughter... I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable.
That man looked like he's in so much pain, like he's screaming inside of his head. Help! I don't know what's up that guy, but that's probably the clone. And when I always tell you that, they want Biden to look like a fool. I think all that where he seemed dumb, but he's sharp as a tack.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
He is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America, not even billionaires in America.
This is a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on.
He's smart. He's on his game.
His mental acuity is great.
This is a very sharp president.
And the people that I've talked to say he's as sharp as a tack. He's fine.
They say he's sharp.
There's not a problem. He was sharp.
He was sharper than anyone I've spoken to.
The president is sharp, and he is tireless.
He is sharp
as ever.
And he's fine. All this right-wing propaganda that his mental acuity has declined is wrong.
His brain is good. He's still great.
He is sharp in meetings.
I believe the people who say that behind closed doors, Joe Biden remains sharp.
In meetings, Joe Biden is sharp.
He's sharp. He's fit.
There is nothing to these challenges, these suggestions that somehow he's not sharp. He's sharp as a tack.
Also with cloning, I think with Biden's DNA, I think his DNA has a life expectancy, and it already passed its prime. That's why the clones can't survive as long, because the DNA just can't handle it. And then Kamala, where the hell is she? I mean, why? You know what? She's a placeholder. If you didn't know, she's a placeholder. I mean, can she speak? She don't make big decisions. So can she come out and speak for him sometimes, or say what's going on? No. They're using Biden so he could still look like an idiot and a fool, so they could bring this country down. So they have somebody to blame it on. That's the reason all this stuff happened, because Biden was in a dementia state, and we didn't stop him because we didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, that's the line they're gonna feed you. They're gonna use him as a scapegoat for why the country fell, because they're gonna say, oh, he was a good man, he just had dementia. So, all that where he seems slow, old, dementia, all that stuff, I think it's all an act. It's all an act, because they got actors. Actors don't have to act that way, but you notice, like, sometimes, well, you can tell some actors, you can tell sometimes they put on, well, he's coherent when it deal with information that they want the public to know.
Donald Trump still thinks windmills cause cancer. That's what he said. And by the way, remember when he was trying to deal with COVID, he said, just inject a little bleach in your veins. He missed it, all went to his hair.
He got his senses then, but when it comes to other things, he's lost. And I don't know if that's the clone they put out there, but I'm thinking that it's still all a stunt to make him look like he's lost, so it could destabilize the country. That's what they're doing, bringing in the immigrants to destabilize the country. San Francisco just turned it to a freak show.
Definitely a nudist, and an artist.
Okay, so I imagine you probably see a lot of online discourse when videos like this come out of pride events with nude people around. You know, there's kids at a lot of these events. What's your opinion on that? You know, should nudity kind of be more welcoming around kids? What do you think?
Yes, because none of the crybabies and Karens who complain about it can ever explain exactly how a child is harmed by seeing a human body, and every study that's been done on the subject shows that it's not harmful, and children who grow up with it are actually more well-adjusted.
A lot of people are nude here today. What's your opinion on that? Do you think it's damaging to kids, or do you think it really has no effect?
I think that kids are born naked, and that as long as there's not any kind of sexuality added to it, that it's just nude. That's all it is.
People arguing from the right, from the left, about nudity in public, in front of kids. What do you guys think about that?
It's just natural. It's natural. It's good for you.
Teach your kids not to stare. It's rude.
Yeah, you had something to say about someone was wearing something, right?
They were wearing a cape and a Star Wars helmet, but nothing else.
Nothing else? How did that make you feel?
Grossed out.
Grossed out? Yeah.
To destabilize the country, they just doing all these divisions. And have you heard about that AI is sex biasing comments on certain things to divide the couples?
This is the most insane example of how everyone is experiencing completely different social medias at the exact same time. Like this video, my boyfriend said he'd be over by 3 after golfing, and like it's just her every half an hour taking a video saying, oh, he's still not here, and it gets to like 5 or 6 p.m. and he's still not here. Okay, I opened the comments of this video, and kind of as I expected, everyone was saying, oh, that's really rude, it's a disregard of her time, I don't like him, did he communicate with you? If not, then that's a red flag. Okay, fair enough, you know. I send this video to my boyfriend who was sat next to me, and then I said to my boyfriend, lol, look at the comments. Bear in mind, these comments were coming up at the top of the list. So as soon as you open the comments, these are the ones that came up for me. Tell me fucking why my boyfriend opens the comments on his phone. Again, it's the first list of comments that come up. It's the same time on the same video. Or you could get your own hobby instead of waiting around for him. Like, God forbid he has a good time. He meant before 3 a.m. He's ahead of schedule. No fucking wonder we're all so divided when you can look at the same comments on the same video and it'll change them based on who you are, and I presume based on like other activity in the app. Like, because people look at the fucking comments of a video to gain perspective and see how everyone feels about that video. Like, I do that. I think everyone does that. So if we're looking at it from 2 completely different angles, and the only thing that I can assume really that's that different about our interactions with Instagram is that he's a guy and I'm a girl. And so obviously these are all like on his side and all of mine were on her side. What? Also, obviously there are millions of other examples why we're so divided, but this is not helping. Like, also in this specific situation, in like any of these situations, it doesn't necessarily matter which party is actually in the right. What matters is the fact that people are being fed completely different takes on media. And like, I tried to scroll to find the comments that were on his, and I couldn't find them. It's insane.
They making everybody fight each other so they could destabilize the country and steal the country, but they're not really stealing the country, they're actually stealing the planet. So for the people that's in charge, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to steal the planet. But we're looking at different things. I also want to say that people getting stranger and stranger. I mean, people just killing for no reason. You see the, I'm not going to show that video, a guy took a Lyft or Uber, and he just stabbed the driver for no reason. Stabbed the driver for no reason. I mean, and then people just killing people for no reason. They just doing strange things. Everybody doing strange things. And, oh man, the stuff I seen, it's getting real bad. So it's just, they destabilizing the country. That's what they're doing. I also want to talk about that. Do you get the feeling that you're being nickel and dime to death? Because you are. That's what they're doing. You got fees everywhere, like the apartments now. More apartments. You have valet trash. What the hell is that? What the hell is the valet trash? They just they come pick up your trash and they don't even pick it up all the time. It's just more tax. You know, I pay almost up to about $80 a month in fees. That's all they are, extra tax. So they nickel and dime you by adding fees to almost everything. Convenience fee for using your card. It's designed that way. It's designed to keep you broke. So I want to just mention that to you. This place is nice. Check it out. Isn't that nice? It's a stage, the back end of the stage. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for now. I know I have more stuff to say, but right now I'm just talking. And I'm coming back. Oh, I also wanted to, I don't want to talk about my other issues that's going back and forth, but I did mention it on Patreon, and I did I haven't really been posting on there either, and I apologize to everyone and people on Patreon. I apologize to them. It's just that dealing with this job and trying to get everything straightened, it was a lot of work. It's taken up a lot of time. So time that I didn't have before, I really don't have now. So I was just staying busy. So I'm making this video to tell you to don't fall for it. That's what they're doing. They just setting you up. They just don't fall for the Biden show. They're setting you up. And I already said that Trump's going to be the president. He's going to be, if they have an election, he's going to be the next president. Because I said that years ago. It's all set up. And especially with Biden and making it so easy for him, it was all planned. So don't fall for that show. Don't get overreacted about, oh, this is happening, this is happening. Everything is happening by design. They just doing this stuff and keep you distracted with this crazy thing they got in front of the camera. So watch out for that. I'm just keeping you aware. And if by watching this video, the things that I talked about, and you know I always say the 3 rules is, if an incident or if an event happened, that's a coincidence. If it happens twice, you need to pay attention. 3 times, you need to make a change. If anything I said to you today, you heard it for the first time, that's a coincidence. You heard it for the second time, you need to start paying attention. If it's a 3rd time, you need to make a change. I don't know what change that's supposed to be, but you know you need to make a change, and this is why you're getting that message. Anyway, everyone have a great day. I'll talk to you soon, because I will try to make more videos, and it's a lot. Anyway, everyone have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Big difference to tell the American people the truth about what our options are in ending this war. If tomorrow the order goes out from I'm President of the United States, I issue an order, end the war today, begin to withdraw all American troops. It will take a year to get the American troops out. Do you hear me now? That's the truth. It will take a year to get them physically out. Now, if you leave all the equipment behind, you might be able to do it in 7 months. And you leave those billions of dollars of weapons behind, I promise they're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday. And you leave those billions of dollars of weapons behind, I promise they're going to be used against your grandchild and mine someday.